Hello, Jason here. Sorry about the delay in there. I was just thinking. Anyways, I thought I'd make like a real quick video. Um, it's something that I let's say thought about probably about a year ago. I can't remember exactly when, but about a year ago, I stumbled when I was focusing on Jesus' words. I noticed there was one thing that he spoke out clearly about clay, and it's specific. It's clay, right? And then I did the research on it, and the clay that Jesus used to heal was the volcanic ash, which is found in Galilee, around Galilee, Israel, right? That same clay is also on the coast of BC and also in the mountainous regions. So my ancestors, they have used clay for thousands of years for healing the body and detoxifying and getting rid of all the contaminants our bodies absorb. So not only that, uh, God fashioned us with clay, so it just makes sense that we heal with clay. So um, I just want to bring your attention to the deception. This is why people don't know. So if we look at the New International Version here, they changed it. And may I remind you about Revelations 22:18 and 19, do not add or take away. This is what they have done when they created the new version. This is why I'm telling you, you guys are all being deceived and being lied to by Satan himself with these new versions. Because they changed it to mud. The version I have, the 1611 King James, there's mud, there's mud, there's mud. And the Berean Bible says clay. Good for them. The New American Standard says clay, and NKJV says clay. King James is clay, and then the rest is pretty much mud. Do you see that right with your own eyes? And I was wondering if where's the Amplified Bible? Some other guy that get this. He goes by Find Faith 88. I don't exactly know what his name is, but I only have to watch maybe about 2 minutes into his videos, and he always uses Paul's words. Like, why doesn't anybody want to follow Jesus' words? That doesn't make sense. We don't need to know Paul's words. Why would you want to follow Paul for? Why? So you can justify your lies and your bullshit? This is why it's so important that you follow Jesus' words, because he's telling you how to heal yourself. And when I did the research on clay, there's only one clay that he was using, which was clay bentonite. Clay bentonite is antiviral, antibacterial, and these medicines that are in clay have been around for thousands and millions of years. So since this virus is here, COVID-19, right? They don't. No one wants to just trust Jesus' words. Even tried telling the nurses where I was about clay bentonite. Some of the nurses have listened, and they went and got it because it's at Old Fashioned Foods where I am located in Saskatchewan. So I don't know where it is in your guys' place. You can look for it in a natural food store. It's called clay bentonite. You gotta get the internal stuff, not the face mask. You got to get the internal. And basically, how you use it is if you get a cold or a sore throat or something like that, right? Or you just feel icky, right? Or if you just want to detoxify your body, you take a tablespoon, dilute it with water, right? Make sure the water is distilled, so that way there's no contaminants in there and it'll just ruin it. So you dissolve it in water and you drink it. That's it, right? And I'm sure if they would, you can probably even use it as intravenous also, as a solution, right? And so it can get into the blood system. And that, with the power of Jesus, you'll be cured. But nobody's listening to me. The Bible has the answers on how to cure people, but everybody is focused on Paul's words. Everyone's trying to be right. You go on YouTube right now. Let's take a look. I'm just jamming down with the music. So let's go Rapture. Let's take a look here. I look at this every day. I'm done speaking to these idiots. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're too busy trying to be right. That's the problem. It's shameful. I'm just gonna go to the last hour. Oh, here's one. Everyone's talking about the rapture. Everyone's talking about the rapture, but they're not trying to find the cure. Jesus has the cure. Jesus is the truth, the way, and the life. No one comes to the Father but by him. Idiots. Oh, look at this. What happens after the rapture? Heaven or hell? The second flood. Experts. And you know what Jeremiah 13:23 states? A leopard cannot change his spots. So the Ethiopian will always have evil with him. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness. This rapture of the church. Pastor Chris. The church before the rapture. Jack Bans, rapture now. Look at this guy's hair, Bart Simpson. The rapture dream. And this guy doesn't even know Jeremiah 29:8 and 9. God does not send dreams. Who the frick is this guy fooling? Maybe he should learn how to comb his hair properly and worry about that than worry about him trying to understand God's word. And here's the Adventures of Mr. Christian. I haven't read his, watched his yet, so this is the end. Pentecostal mission testimonies. Oh yes, testimonies are important. But yeah, that's it. Jesus has the answers, and they're in the 1611 King James, right? And he has the cures. Your time is now to understand and believe. This is the test that he was waiting for you guys to wait to do. This is your test of faith, how you overcome. If you guys don't want to take my word for it, fine. You can see it yourself. Anywhere in the Bible, it always talks about, when it talks about clay, Jesus knows the answer. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say. If you have any people that are in the nurses in the hospital industry, pass this message on, please. You can save them. All right. I'm not going to look for credit. I don't need credit, but I just want you to pass this message on, and so people can start believing in Jesus' words again. That's all I'm trying to do. You understand? Like I said, it's not about me. It's about understanding Jesus and God. And Jesus is putting this test right now. This virus is the test. This is the test of faith, is what it's all about. And if you guys could pass this message on, nobody's listening to me because I'm native, right? So it doesn't matter to me, right? Maybe your grandparents, that are suffering in a hospital right now, or someone that's grandparents in the hospital right now in your location, right? You can do something about this. You can go get a bag of clay and help them. Because at this point, everyone is desperate. What's going to hurt if you give them a tablespoon of clay, the patient? Let's say if he does heal and he has a remarkable recovery. You understand? So I implore you to try and do something about it. If there's something you can do to help, pass this message on. And the passage is on John chapter 9, verse 6. And the medicine is clay bentonite. All right. And all you need is a tablespoon in diluted water. And with Jesus's knowledge, you'll be healed. Thank you. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, mind, and soul. I didn't come to take away the law of the prophets. I came to fulfill. Thank you. And God bless.